Alright, so here we are in week 10. This is kind of a continuation from week 9. Last week, in week 9, you provided your rough draft. You submitted it, hopefully, by Sunday night at midnight. If you didn't, make sure you do that. And so now that you have your rough draft submitted, and this week you have two jobs. One is to go back by, it says Wednesday. In this semester, it's October 5th, 25th, but if you're in the future, obviously it's going to be a different date. But just make sure it's by Wednesday of this week at midnight. And so on Thursday morning, what I would do is well, first of all, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, I would get in, read somebody's essay, and provide 5 pieces of feedback. And as a matter of fact, let me make sure that I emphasize that 5 pieces here, because last week, you'll remember, I actually had to go back and add that in here. Okay, let's edit this real quick, and so we have the same wording so everyone's clear. Okay, and so again this week, this again is meant to emphasize 2 things. One, that you provide 5 pieces of constructive criticism, but 2, also you have to do it to 2 classmates now. So we've done this twice, and in an effort to kind of make sure that everyone's getting feedback, because I've had a couple students now both times, for both writing projects, come back midweek and say they haven't got any feedback, and so that doesn't really work very well. So in order to promote, kind of everyone getting feedback, I've required 2 classmates this week, 5 pieces of feedback each for each person, and that is meant to hopefully close that gap and make sure that everybody's getting feedback from up here. So anyways, by Wednesday of this week, make sure you submit 5 pieces of constructive criticism to 2 separate classmates, and then once you've done that, on Thursday morning, kind of wake up and do your morning routine or whatever, and come back to this forum and check out what other people have said about your essay. And so if they've said, I can't really, a big one that I often find is that I can't really find the action within your thesis. And so as the author, you take your suggestions into consideration, and then at that point it's time to start making changes for your final draft. You can also take the feedback that I've given you in Writing Project 1 and Writing Project 2. Most of the time the feedback that I give you is kind of applicable to all of the writing projects. The only ones that aren't are whenever I say like you haven't followed the directions for the writing project. If that's the case, well obviously that's only going to apply to that writing project. But the moral of that story becomes make sure you're reading the guidelines and make sure you know what is expected. Make sure you watch the videos, because a lot of videos in the past couple weeks where I explain the outline of the essay and I explain what belongs in those pieces of the essay. So anyways, on Thursday morning, check out the feedback that you've gotten, go into your essay and make changes, and then by Sunday night at midnight, click here and submit your final draft. So that's all you have for this week, and again, if you have any questions, I'm always available via email, phone call, and text message. Although I will tell you, if you do call, make sure you leave a message, because I get a lot of phone calls from a lot of unknown numbers and I don't answer them because I think they're trying to sell me something. So if you have a question and you're going to call me, make sure you leave a message. Alright? Have a good week.